Dear students, today we're going to begin with an exercise which we call as PPT2 lecturate. Now what are we going to do in this? We're going to call candidates to come forward, give a picture presentation, gain an impression of the entire thing they have to speak, and thereafter with a pause they will give the lecturate. So this exercise not only these candidates will do here, but the candidates watching us, particularly the soldiers in the borders, have to do this. In case you get out of ideas, I will advise you that you first create a PPT in front of you. You can put it and try to speak. And once you're done with it, remove it and then speak confidently in your lecturate. Remember, in all your lecturates, you've got to speak like there, not move my hands like me. And when you begin, respected sir and my dear friends, I'd like to speak few words on and confidently speak. You can now and then use your hands now and then, but not regularly. And once you do this, I'm sure you will be able to speak for 2 to 3 minutes, and this will multiply your confidence. Remember 3 points which is very important. Keep your body posture calm and composed, number 1. Number 2, be loud and clear. And number 3, in your minds, sequentially speak on different aspects and try to complete it. Enjoy your impression and daily improve on this. This is what we really want from you. Now this exercise, for few of you students who are reasonably picked up, we will allow them, and for the others we will record later once they come up to the mark. I hope this is clear to everyone. Best of luck. Please apply this and learn from these demonstrations of few of the students. God bless you. Thank you.
Good morning, respected sir and my dear friends. Today I am here to discuss about the Armed Forces Special Power Act. In this we will examine its definition, historical context and the controversies it incites. Let's talk about the definition of the Armed Forces Special Power Act. The Armed Forces Special Power Act grants special power to the Indian Armed Forces in disturbed areas. This law empowers the military to maintain public order in designated as conflict zone. Now let's move on to its historical context. The Armed Forces Special Power Act was enacted in 1958, aimed at rising violence in Northeast states that the state government is struggle to control. Now let's talk about its scope of implementation. The Armed Forces Special Power Act is implemented in areas declared as disturbed through a government notification. Currently it is implemented in 31 districts of 4 north states and desperately in 12 cities including Jammu Kashmir, Assam, Manipur and Nagaland. Now let's talk about its controversies. Controversies on human rights and concerns. Argue that the Armed Forces Special Power Act leads to the human rights violation as it provides immunity to the armed forces personnel acting under its authority. There are allegations of extrajudicial killings of the common persons, enforced disappearance and torture have been reported. It gives the authority to the armed forces. They can use force or open fire, and they can kill even a common person when they feel a person is against the law in disturbed areas. Let's talk about the judicial review. The Armed Forces Special Power Act faced numerous challenges in the judicial system, with the petitions filed questioning its constitutionality and the validity of the provisions. According to the Supreme Court, or we can say in the words of Supreme Courts, it doesn't matter whether aggressor was a common person, a militant or a terrorist. The armed forces can shoot anyone without any warrant. The law is same for everyone and implemented on both equally. Now in conclusion, lastly I want to say the AFSPA remains a continuous issue reflecting the challenges of the governance in conflict situations. See, the Armed Forces Special Power Act is not of permanent act. Whenever the situations become relaxed, the Armed Forces Special Power Act can be released and it can be reviewed time to time. Thank you. Good morning, respected sir and my dear friends. Today I am here to share a few points on the Armed Forces Special Power Act. The Armed Forces Special Power Act is an act of 1958 of the Parliament of India, which provides a special power to the Indian Armed Forces to maintain public order in disturbed areas. This act was passed due to rising violence in northeastern states that state government struggle to control. The Armed Forces Special Power Act provides immunity from the prosecution and gives liberty to arrest any suspect without any warrant or search any premises without any warrant. This gives the authority the liberty to use force or open fire when they feel if a person is against the law in disturbed areas. One such act was passed in 1958 was applicable to Nagaland, was applicable to Naga Hills, then the part of Assam. Another one act was passed in 1983, was applicable to Punjab and Chandigarh. Another one act was passed in 1990, was applicable to Jammu and Kashmir, and has been enforced since. The Armed Forces Special Power Act is now fully applicable in 31 districts of the 4 northern states and partially in 12 districts. This act was invoked in various states including Nagaland, Assam, Manipur, Andhra Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir. In the words of Supreme Court, it doesn't matter whether the victim is the common person, a militant, a terrorist. The law is same for both and equally applicable on both. In my opinion, the Armed Forces Special Power Act is not of permanent. It can be released anytime. Whenever the situation becomes relaxed, the Armed Forces Special Power Act can be relaxed and reviewed time to time. Thank you.